look like a dad from the 90s, but that's what I was going for. Yeah, that's what I was going for, exactly. And my hair's wet. I just look like $1,000,000 right now, don't I? I know. Hi guys, so today I'm going to be talking about some Halloween do's and don'ts. Halloween's coming up soon, and I know you're all super excited about it, even though a lot of you probably don't even celebrate Halloween. It's mostly an American thing, I think. I don't even know. That was probably completely wrong. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my hair right now, so why don't you just ignore that? Don't comment on it. Disclaimer, like I give in every single video pretty much now, I'm not telling you to do stuff and don't do stuff. It's all light. So we'll get into it now. Hollywood, Halloween do's and don'ts. Do buy good candy, because if the kids walk up to your house and they're like, trick or treat, can I have some candy? And you give them like an orange or a mint or something, they'll be like, I'm never coming back here again. Just put yourself in their shoes for a second and think, what if I was a small kid walking around a strange neighborhood in the middle of the night in the freezing cold, risking my life just to get candy? I'd want to get some good candy. I'm gonna want some Snickers, some M&Ms, some Skittles, some Starburst. That's where the good stuff is. Just think about the kids. Okay? You know, the kids are the most important thing. They're our future. The kids are our future. So we must feed them with the best of the candies. Okay. And don't buy kids bad candy. I kind of put those into one, so this video is gonna go real smoothly. Do go to a haunted house unless you have some reason that you can't go to a haunted house. I think it's a really fun thing to do. You don't have to go with a guy. Everyone's like, I don't have a guy to hold me when I'm going through the blah blah blah. I'm like, I have my friends to hold me. It's the same thing. We're in the dark. You can't even tell who it is. If you go with your friends, it's just as fun, if not more fun, because if you're with a guy, you're like, don't want to scream too loud and freak him out, and you can just have fun. I don't know. It's just really fun. It's just one of those things you can do. But don't go through a haunted house if there's a drugged up person in your group that you're going through the haunted house with. I went through this, but I think it was during Valentine's Day. I was in this group and I was like, this girl is high as everything. She is high as a kite. Higher than a kite. And we were all like, she better not be in our group. She ended up in our group. She was stumbling around everywhere and she could barely walk. And guess where she ends up? She ends up right in front of me and right behind me. Part of the time she's right in front of me and part of the time she's right behind me. She kept stepping on my shoes, causing my shoe to fall off. She was bumping into me, hitting me, all kinds of stuff. And I was like, why are you even through here? She couldn't even walk. She had to have people help her walk. What's the point? So if there's a drugged out person in your group, probably go in the next group. Do watch scary movies. I love watching scary movies, most of them. If you don't like the ghost kind of scary movies where you can't walk around your own house and you're freaked out, some of the ones that I've liked that I watch that don't have all the paranormal things in it that freak me out really bad. Children of the Corn, it's a classic, but it's not really that scary. Saw, all the Saw movies, they're not really scary, they're just gross and gory. The Sixth Sense, that's sort of like a paranormal movie, but it's not scary. These are all on Netflix too, so if you have Netflix, then you can watch all of these. You can come over to my house and watch them with me so we can be scared together. But don't watch too many scary movies at once, because I've done this a few times, and if one movie doesn't scare you, the other one probably will. And if you watch multiple ones at once, then it's like, oh, I'm just like scared of everything in the entire world. Everyone's like, Paranormal Activity movies aren't even scary. I'm like, no. If you've never seen a Paranormal Activity movie, this is what it is. It's through cameras. The entire thing is through cameras, and it's really creepy, and it's all in houses, and one of the houses looks like my house, which really freaked me out. If you have stairs in your house, I wouldn't recommend watching them. Every time I see any similarity between my house and one of the houses in the Paranormal Activity movies, then I just freak out. I don't know why. I haven't watched one in a while because of that. I can't mess myself up like that anymore. Those are the worst. Do dress up with friends if you want, because you can go shopping for the stuff together and you can be like, oh, this looks so good on us, we take a bunch of Instagram pictures, and it's just a great thing to do. I think it makes it more fun if you dress up with friends because you all have similar costumes and you don't have to worry about you dressing a certain way and them dressing a certain way in costumes. I'm talking about Halloween costumes in case you don't. Everyone knows I'm talking about Halloween costumes. But don't plan to dress up with someone else and end up wearing something different last minute. Like they dress up in a couple's costume and you know it's a couple's costume, and then you dress in something different. We were supposed to dress up together. Oops, I forgot. And then that'd be just like, that'd be a disaster, wouldn't it? Just make sure if you do dress together that you both know that you're dressing together and you're both ready and you're both just awesome. And another sort of don't for costumes is if you dress up in one of those like, you know, like sexy kind of costumes, if it's 2 degrees outside, which it usually is on Halloween, it's usually really cold. Why am I going like this? Don't be afraid to put on some pants under it. You don't have to look like that the entire time. If you're cold, you don't want to get frostbite just so that you can look sexy. You don't want to be wearing pretty much underwear and bra when it's 2 degrees outside because people will be like, that girl is freezing. Just wear a jacket if you have to. It'll be okay. Even if it covers up your costume. I've had to do that before. When I used to go trick-or-treating, I would usually get too cold and I would have to put on a jacket or something, and people would be like, it's covering up your costume. And I'd be like, well, you want me to die? Do eat a lot of candy. If you're gonna get a cavity, it might as well be on Halloween. There's an excuse for you. You go to your dentist and they're like, why do you have a cavity? This is so horrible. You could be like, it was Halloween. And he'll be like, oh yeah, I got one Halloween like 30 years ago. That was so fun. And then you'll be like, yeah, no. So, and then he fills your cavity and then you have that like that forever. But you could at least be like, yeah, I got a cavity on Halloween. Isn't that hilarious? Yes. Okay, bye. But if you don't want a cavity, then obviously just brush your teeth after you eat candy. This is just really random, but sour Skittles always hurt the roof of my mouth. When I eat them, I kind of suck on them first, and then they end up scratching the top of my mouth or my tongue. And it hurts, but they're so good though, okay? Like, I hate everything. So make sure the roof of your mouth isn't bleeding like mine was, and you'll be all good. And if you go to a Halloween party, make sure you do dress up. But it makes it so much more fun if you're dressed up. Or you could have like a little mask on and be like, oh, who am I? Who knows? You don't. Like in Cinderella, or Cinderella's story, where he's like, I have no idea who you are. And she has like this much of her face covered up, and you're like, that's obviously Hilary Duff. Who doesn't know who Hilary Duff is, especially Chad Michael Murray? All right, well, that's all of the do's and don'ts, just for fun. But thank you guys so much for watching. I keep doing this with my hands. I don't know what's going on. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next week, possibly with a really spooky video. All right, bye.